Welcome to Hit Parader Magazine's Heavy Metal Meltdown, the hottest show on TV. This week, we'll take you up close and personal with Kip Winger of Winger. Then we'll journey into the home of Faster Pussycat's wild vocalist, Taime Downe. We'll also bring you a once-in-a-lifetime performance from Kingdom Come, as well as metal advice from Black Sabbath's Toni Iommi. If that's not enough, you better stay tuned for tonight's cover story on those New York March Masters, Anthrax, as we take you behind the scenes to travel with the guys on their tour bus. Now here's your headbanging host, Erik Palladino.
You've already heard our geek voice buddy clue you in on what's going down on the show this week, but he didn't tell you everything. We've got plenty of surprises in store, including our top 5 metal meltdown and our heavy metal hotline, which this week we'll be telling you some incredible news about Van Halen. Yeah, it's all here on the Meltdown, your backstage pass to the world of headbanging rock and roll. So let's put the pedal to the metal as we travel out to Los Angeles, where we hooked up with one of the wildest dudes in the hard rock world. His band's named after a grade B sexploitation flick, and his group loves the fast lane lifestyle. We're talking about Faster Pussycat's vocalist, Taime Downe. And what's this wild and crazy guy gonna do for you? Why, cook pizza, of course.
You wanna see my place? This way. This is my living room, and these are my plants, which I've named them all. They each got their own name, they're each named plant. This is my bedroom. This is where most of my life takes place when I'm home, anyway. And this is my TV, and that's my TV. In here, we're gonna make something good to eat. It's really good for the tummy. Here we go. Homemade pizza in a flash. We're not a generic band. We're not one of these bands, you know, top 40 bands. We're, you know, maybe our stuff will make it top 40 one day, but we're not, you know, as if they accept us for the way we are. We're a blues-based hard rock band with a lot of funk groove to us, and we've been doing it since, you know, we started.
Playing rock and roll for a living is pretty much like the feeling you got, you know, the last day of school when you were a kid.
When you don't go to the last 3 classes.
Yeah, you didn't have to be anywhere anymore, and, you know, no one was going to tell you what to do anymore, and you could run around, and you just had that feeling in your stomach, like, yeah, here comes summer. That's the feeling we get every day, man, you know? That's, I mean, we're our own bosses. We get to go on stage in front of thousands of people every night, play, come off stage, have girls following you around, do anything you want. I mean, it's a great lifestyle. I mean, I recommend it to anybody.
Let's get to some real metal action. Here's Winger's main man, Kip Winger, to tell you his wildest and wackiest true life adventure.
I'll tell you the weirdest thing that happened. About a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, we were driving down the road, and a hatchback came up, and here's our bus. You know, you have a big window, and there's a car in front of us, and a hatchback came up, and this girl, we were giving her sign language, and she just started taking all her clothes off.
Yeah. Hey, that was really cool, Kip. I want to ride on your tour bus next time, okay? The stuff just keeps coming at you here on The Meltdown, doesn't it? And we've still got a visit with Helloween, a special bit of advice from Black Sabbath's master of the macabre, Toni Iommi, and our cover story with Anthrax coming up, so stay tuned.
That's taking my sight, taking my speech, taking my hearing, taking my arms, taking my legs, taking my soul, and me with life in hell.
Hit Parader's Contains Heavy Metal Meltdown is proud to give you an incredible chance to get not one, not two, but 3 of the hottest T-shirts around. Plus, a full-color tour book, all for the unbelievable price of just $29.95. That's right. You get to pick 2 special T-shirts from metal superstars like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Poison, Anthrax, Megadeth, and Def Leppard. Plus a classic tee from the biggest bands in metal history. And if that isn't enough, you also get a headbanging tour book, all for just $29.95. You know how much T-shirts cost if you buy them at concerts. Well, we're giving you a $60 value for half price. What a deal. And you can get it only on the Meltdown. So call 1-800-351-1500. Tell them you're proud to be a headbanger and to rush your special metal package out right now. So call 1-800-351-1500 right now. Just call 1-800-351-1500. That's 1-800-351-1500. Or send check or money order to Heavy Metal Meltdown. Department number 1, 4th Center Drive, Orchard Park, New York. 14128. That's 1-800-351-1500. Order today. Let everyone know that metal rules.
Nobody beats the Wiz for Father's Day savings on records, tapes, and compact discs. Take $1 off every LP or cassette and $2 off every CD in the Wiz Top 100. Like Flowers in the Dirt by Paul McCartney. Serious by the O'Jays. Electric Youth by Debbie Gibson. And the Beaches soundtrack featuring Bette Midler. For records, tapes, and compact discs, nobody beats the Wiz.
We're back here on the Meltdown, and if you're just tuning in, you've already missed the reunion of Led Zeppelin right before your eyes. Just kidding. But speaking of Led Zeppelin, here's a band that's often been compared to them. But we think they've got a sound and style all their own. Here's Kingdom Come rehearsing a special version of Can You Feel It, just for you.
Let me show you Studio B. It's right next door. A good friend of mine is rehearsing that right now. Follow me. Just don't say anything. Was the first band where I sing only, without having the guitar on my neck. So it's a little bit like, huh, what am I doing now with myself? Hi. Rock and roll is what we live, is what we believe in. It's that's what makes life worth living for us. I mean, we're not doing it only for the dough, believe it or not, but songwriting is like bearing a baby. And if people like it and you can share this experience with people and they respond to it. Like praying, right, or preaching, but preaching, but we do like sharing opinions or make people think. or see a little bit, right? All I ever wanted. I can pay my rent by doing this. Who am I to complain, right? Thanks to you out there.
Kingdom Come was one of the hot new faces on the metal scene last year. Now here's a look at one of this year's up-and-coming stars, Helloween.
American food, okay. I mean, this is something else.
It's potato or something.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's quite okay.
Like potato.
But I really miss European food. We are brothers, but we don't have the same mother, unfortunately. But we like ourselves. Do we?
Yeah, I quite like him.
Quite.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Sometimes not.
This one? It's a bull with wings, nothing else. Because I used to be a butcher before I went into the music business. You know that?
Now I'm in the music business, you know.
No, and I'm a rock star, you know.
It's much better than being a butcher.
It's much better than being a rock star. No. All that.
People tell me and me, they tell me how I have to see things that I have seen already clear.
It's different when you come from Germany, being big in Germany or Europe, and going over to America. It's still hard to break America because it's so big or whatever.
There are 3 Japanese girls which are following us since about 2.5 years ago. So you know, Italy, Germany, and in France, and Finland, everywhere. You know? And also here in the States, they're everywhere. It's crazy. You guys in the band? Oh, great! I love your hair. And what Helloween? Oh, great!
You better stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to take you on a wild ride with Anthrax as we hop on their tour bus for tonight's cover story.
Don't go away. Hit Parader's Heavy Metal Meltdown will return. Hit Parader's Heavy Metal Meltdown is proud to give you an incredible chance to get not 1, not 2, but 3 of the hottest T-shirts around. Plus, a full-color tour book, all for the unbelievable price of just $29.95. That's right. You get to pick 2 special T-shirts from metal superstars like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Poison, Anthrax, Megadeth, and Def Leppard. Plus a classic tee from the biggest bands in metal history. And if that isn't enough, you also get a headbanging tour book, all for just $29.95. You know how much T-shirts cost if you buy them at concerts. Well, we're giving you a $60 value for half price. What a deal. And you can get it only on the Meltdown. So call 1-800-351-1500. Tell them you're proud to be a headbanger and to rush your special metal package out right now. So call 1-800-351-1500 right now. Don't you realize Just call 1-800-351-1500. That's 1-800-351-1500. Or send check or money order to Heavy Metal Meltdown. Department number 1, 4 Center Drive, Orchard Park, New York. 14128. That's 1-800-351-1500. Order today. Let everyone know that metal rules.
Now available, the only video ever made that tells you how to break into heavy metal without getting screwed. This 1-hour VHS how-to includes advice from top music business executives and band members from Anthrax, Armored Saint, Flotsam Jetsam, Grim Reaper, Helloween, LA Guns, Laz Rocket, Lizzie Borden, Warlock, and White Lion.
Don't show up with a cocky attitude. Show up and show that you can play.
If you're serious about making it, this video covers everything from starting a band to getting a deal.
If you're naive in any way, they'll suck you up and spit you out and you'll be dirt, and that'll be the end of it.
Not available in record stores, this tape is only $19.95. Send check or money order payable to Integrated Video Marketing, 1501 Broadway, Suite 2307, New York, New York, 10036. That's $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling. New York residents add $165 New York sales tax.
Is it worth it? Yes, it is! Yes, it is! Yes, it is!
Caution, this tape contains language that may be deemed as offensive as me.
Anthrax have long been considered the heaviest band ever to emerge from the New York metal scene. These mosh masters just scored a gold LP with their latest disc, State of Euphoria. We thought it might be fun to hook up with these guys and take a little ride on their tour bus. You know what? We were right.
The bus is all right. It's like the traveling living room, you know. You got a TV, and we watch movies and make nachos, and, you know, I mean, long drives, it tends to get bad, but, you know, 6-hour drives, 7-hour drives, they ain't bad. When you're talking like 18-hour drives, then it becomes a little cramped after a while.
It took the longest for Anthrax to catch on. Overseas, it happened like that. In America, it just took a little while longer, but finally, boom.
We played some small places on this tour that we had never been to. We went to Louisville on this tour. We went to like Dayton, Ohio, Danville, Illinois. A lot of towns we'd never hit before, and it went real well.
They all turned out to be great shows.
Real like surprises, you know. We never expect to have that kind of enthusiasm from audiences in a town we had never played before, but it's been great.
Just want to show you something right there. As soon as we started selling a lot of records, that's when things started to change. You know, when we first started out, people were like, what's this speed metal stuff all about? It's just what we were playing, and people didn't understand it. And as soon as you start selling records, and that's when people start understanding. Oh,
that's when the friends come in,
maybe,
you know?
Maybe they do have something here. And it's working out now.
It's been great, you know, because it wasn't like a sudden, you know, it wasn't just like we sold a lot of records right away and then it died. You know, it did really well, and, you know, went gold pretty quick. And now it's just been, it's still, I mean, it's like 6-7 months later, and we're still selling, you know, a lot of State of Euphoria, so it's real cool, you know. The album has lasted a long time, and I think, you know, a good record will do that. A good record keep going and going and going.
Headlining is the best.
Very nice. You just do what you want, that's all. No one's telling you what to do. You make your own rules.
I don't know if I'd be able to deal with life in the bus lane. It just seems a little claustrophobic for me. Maybe I need some metal advice before I try hitting the road. And who's better at giving that kind of advice than Black Sabbath's Toni Iommi, who's been touring the world for the last 20 years.
And it's like building a house. You've got to start at the bottom and work up. You can't sort of get your bricks and start there. You've got to build up, and that's how you've got to be in a group. You've got to keep doing it until you get somewhere. There's no easy shortcuts. There's no miracle way. I think anybody who has, the last 5 minutes and they're gone. I think you've just got to stick with it and get a liar.
Thanks, Toni. Tony. And by the way, I love your new album, Headless Cross. It's the best Sabbath has sounded in years, dude. Now it's time for this week's Top 5 Metal Meltdown and our Heavy Metal Hotline.
Hey, all you metal monsters, this is Andy Sesher of Hit Parader magazine. And at the top of this week's Metal Meltdown report is a story that's so hot we burn just thinking about it. Last week, you may recall that we told you about Sammy Hagar's rumored departure from Van Halen. Well, guess who may well be joining the VH rock and roll machine? None other than David Lee Roth. With guitarist Steve Vai gone to join Whitesnake, Diamond Dave finds himself somewhat high and dry, a singer in need of a band. With the possibility of Van Halen being without a singer, a marriage of convenience may very well be arranged. We'll keep you posted in the upcoming weeks. The big question of the week is whether legendary metal masters Deep Purple are on the verge of breaking up. Vocalist Ian Gillan has officially left the Purple people, and now it's up to guitarist Richie Blackmore to decide whether to keep the Purple machine rolling or to call it quits once again. You may recall this is not the first time Purple has broken apart, but this time the riff seems too deep to mend. We do know, however, that a number of well-known vocalists have already been contacted about filling Gillan's shoes, but so far there have been no takers. It could mean that after 25 years of metal magnificence, Deep Purple may finally be kaput.
Now here's Metal Meltdown's Top 5 this week. There's more to come on the Meltdown. Don't move.
When it gets
Hit Parader's Heavy Metal Meltdown is proud to give you an incredible chance to get not one, not two, but 3 of the hottest T-shirts around. Plus, a full-color tour book, all for the unbelievable price of just $29.95. That's right. You get to pick 2 special T-shirts from metal superstars like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Poison, Anthrax, Megadeth, and Def Leppard. Plus a classic tee from the biggest bands in metal history. And if that isn't enough, you also get a headbanging tour book, all for just $29.95. You know how much T-shirts cost if you buy them at concerts. Well, we're giving you a $60 value for half price. What a deal. And you can get it only on the Meltdown. So call 1-800-351-1500. Tell them you're proud to be a headbanger and to rush your special metal package out right now. So call 1-800-351-1500 right now. Just call 1-800-351-1500. That's 1-800-351-1500. Or send check or money order to Heavy Metal Meltdown. Department number 1, 4 Center Drive, Orchard Park, New York. 14128. That's 1-800-351-1500. Order today. Let everyone know that metal rules. If you want to give us your comments and suggestions, write us at Hit Parader's Heavy Metal Meltdown. Care of Gambit Productions, 1456 2nd Avenue, Suite 188. New York, New York, 10021.
Welcome back. Now let's travel up to New Haven, Connecticut, where we spent some time recently hanging out with the Bullet Boys before they went on stage. And I can tell you, they were having one fine time for themselves.
Hi, I'm Mark Tureen. I'm Lonnie Vincent. And I'm Jimmy Deanda. And we're...
together we are Bullet Boys.
Bullet Boys.
Thank you.
Bullet, thank you.
Or if you want to, Bullet Boys. Well, basically, our videos were conceived
Thank you.
by...
Very street, very street.
Very street, very, very simple, and with Bullet Boys, less is more. Thank you. I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, he's a pepper, you're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper, too? Well, that's it for this week's show. So turn off your VCRs for a second and check out what we've got in store for you next week. We'll be taking you into a Sunset Strip tattoo parlor to see LA Guns guitarist Tracy Guns getting himself tattooed. And we're going behind the scenes to the making of Mr. Big's first video for the song Addicted to That Rush. In the weeks to come, we've got Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, and Def Leppard. Amazing, huh? All that and more will be here on Hit Parader's Heavy Metal Meltdown. So until next time, later.